Alright, doing something a little different today. This is going to be my melee DPS guide to Heroic Gallywix. This isn't going to be going over the mechanics of the fight. This is more over like personal responsibility, what you can do to kill the boss. So first things first, these first cone, you're going to use your small defensive ability. For Feral Druid, that's going to be my Bark Skin. For Rogue, that would be a Feint. And then next up, we're going to use a movement speed ability. Feral has Stampeding Roar, so we use that to get everyone onto the other side. But the reason you want to use a small defensive on that first cone is because your healers are going to have all their CDs. There's definitely going to be coverage there. You're not too worried about dying. Nobody can get behind by accidentally getting hit by mechanics they shouldn't and causing overhealing to happen. The second one, we use our big defensive, so we use Survival Instincts. Just to get value out of it, get it on cooldown. Same thing here, we're going to be using a movement speed to get across. If you're in a pug and you don't have two Stampeding Roars, you're just going to sprint the second one, right? And then the other reason we use a small defensive on that first cone is we're going to have it back up in time for the second one. So for Feral Druids, Bark Skin's already going to be back up when you're going to soak the second cone, or the third cone, second on this side. So we're going to Bark Skin, and then we're going to Renewal, which is our self-heal right afterwards. And see, we're still getting kind of low. We're just trying to help the healers out here. This is almost the end of this phase. Stampeding Roar comes back off cooldown. If you're running the talents for it, would definitely do that as a Feral Druid. Rest of this is pretty standard, right? Dodge things, don't stand and stuff. But those are the spots you want to use your defensive. Pretty much a defensive on every single cone. Maybe even a health stone if you don't have a self-heal like Renewal. Because once you're through that phase, the scariest parts are kind of over as far as taking damage is concerned. AoE these ads down. Ursula's Vortex is really good here for keeping them grouped, just to help the cleave go extra hard. Obviously use your kick. And then here we're saving our cooldowns, because this is another thing that you should be doing, is throwing bombs down the center. And not until all the bombs are gone, then you can go into the pack. Then we send all of our cooldowns, which kind of works out on Feral, because our AoE is insane. So we get a lot of pad on those ads, bursting them down. After that, you're back on boss, you're doing these soaks. I probably should have Bark Skin that first one. You can use a light defensive in that first soak. Going across the other side. So if we use Bark Skin on that first one, we would be able to Renewal this next soak. Again, pretty simple, just dodge stuff. Here we plant, we get the canister. We're the one farthest left. We're going to stay the one farthest left. Bear form because there's nothing else for us to do. And then we're just cleaving down these ads, dodging the bad stuff. We should definitely use something here. We used our health potion. Really strong use of health potion right there. If you don't use it, you lose it. Health potions are super cheap this season, and at the end of last season, there's no reason not to have health potion level 2. Same thing here, make sure all the bombs are covered before you head over. We have our big defensive here if we needed it, but we probably won't use it on these soaks. Get out of this circle, boss is transitioning. Here, what the strat is, you don't interrupt the boss, and the damage in this phase kind of ramps. So in the beginning, you don't want to use your defensives yet because the damage hasn't scaled up to be super painful yet. But once you break this shield and you're maybe halfway through this cast, the damage starts to pick up. So there we go, we used Bark Skin. We're watching our health here. If it dips low enough, we'll probably use Survival Instinct, maybe even a Renewal, but our healers are doing a pretty good job at topping us off, so I don't feel like I need it. We get out of that phase with just the Bark Skin.
Away from whichever one we've already
The other thing to call out is he does a blue AoE circle below him, and it's our job to stampeding roar out of that. It's fall off damage, so your job as a DPS is to just get as far away as possible and use whatever mitigation you have to reduce the damage that's going out. We're soaking these. This would be another good time to use a defensive. If I was playing my rogue, I would be fainting all of these mechanics. We used renewal there to get it through the healing debuff. Popping bear form when we're out of range. Again, same reason, just reduce the burden on the healers. Here, moving out and then planting. We won't move again. After the mechanic goes out, then we can get out of the way. Doing no damage to these ads, because I'm bad, but that's okay. This is another good phase to use the defensive, just because there's a lot going on. If you accidentally stand in a puddle you shouldn't on Heroic, your defensive could definitely save you from that. I should be grabbing this bomb right in front of me. There we go. Again, more important than doing damage is just doing the mechanics. Alright, go in the canister. Kind of try to evenly split here. It's kind of hard. We should be using a defensive again. We have 2 up. We don't use either. We survival instincts after the fact, which is pretty bad. Would have been a lot more value if I had done it before. Also, probably didn't get far enough away from that that AoE, but we went bear form, so trying to compensate for that. Again, line, get somewhere, plant. And let's see, we still have bark skin. I should bark skin this and renewal. Oh, we're inside of darkness, so we probably don't need bark skin there. Darkness is going to cover us. I'll pretend like I knew that was happening and that's the reason I didn't bark skin, but there's 0 chance I knew that that was down. Let's be real.
Somebody's got one.
Alright, we killed all the bombs.
Got it. Okay.
And then we're back on boss. This is a part of the fight where you just gotta breathe. Everyone seems to forget how to breathe when the boss gets below 10%. You just take a couple deep breaths, focus. Gotta stampede and roar this. A little late on the roar there.
Great job picking that bomb up, Hoover. That was a really good job.
Yeah, now we're just gonna hit whatever button we have whenever we can.
Move.
How did that happen?
You just gotta survive. Here we plant. We don't care about DPS. Go in bear form. Let everyone else move around us. We're gonna kill the boss. It's not like I need to parse. I think we die here. We don't have any. We have renewal. We should probably could have renewaled. We definitely could have health stone. Shouldn't be getting to this part of the fight with our health stone up. But doesn't matter. We got the kill, which is all that matters. So hopefully this was a little helpful to at least know when to use your defensives. But thanks for watching and good luck out there.